How you doing, guys? It's Danny K. Let's go. I'm here to make a quick video. Picked up a boom from PA. From PA going to Nebraska, Omaha. Not a bad run. Let's go. I'm gonna talk about automation and ChatGPT. First of all, if you're a truck driver, anybody, but specifically if you're a truck driver, download ChatGPT. Use it to further your goals. Use it to have an idea. Use it to your advantage. It's like a mini assistant. Second of all, will automation affect the trucking industry? This is my opinion so far. In my opinion, for what I've seen so far, and as a truck driver, I'm never going to say it's impossible, personally, from what I've seen in life. I've seen automation firsthand. I've seen it firsthand with my very own two eyes. Before I came to the real world and started developing real world skills, I worked at Amazon. I seen the automation. I seen behind the net. I seen the robots going X, Y, and Z. Now, they still had human help, but overall, I seen, I'm like, okay, now this taking a lot of jobs. Jobs that forklift drivers would do, is taking that away. I work in the railroad. Now, in the railroad, it's not there yet, but in the yards, I think, especially on the West Coast, the automatic chassis where they put the load on and it loads out. So I'll never say it's impossible. And to effect, I do think automation is inevitable. You cannot stop AI. You cannot stop that from progressing. Why? It's in the best interest for the corporate structure to have it. It's in my best interest to have ChatGPT. I look at it, I'm like, this is like a personal assistant that helps me. Now, that's money I don't have to dish out to someone else, or create me a friendly SEO and create me a thumbnail. I don't have to pay nobody to do that. I contact ChatGPT for the free and not for the fee, and it produces it for me. So AI is real, automation is real, and it's going to affect the truck industry, in my opinion. Now, would it affect it majorly? Who knows? My opinion as a truck driver, I think it is hard to have sensors all around the truck and to have it function properly, in my opinion. From what I've seen with the trucks now, the newer trucks, the sensors, if you have automatic, it brakes by itself, it does certain movements by itself. So I do think it's kind of hard for right now. But in the future, it may happen. I never believe in saying nothing's impossible to happen. I always believe you should prepare yourself. My opinion, I want to prepare myself for the worst case scenario. I'm going to learn new skills. I got my Google certifications. I'm going to get more certifications. I'm going to learn more skills. My plan is when I get back home, learn diesel mechanic. Go back to school. Learn something. Get the certification. Get the certification, because nobody can take that away from you. So I do think automation is coming. And will it come take over the truck industry? Yes. And the capacity, I don't know what capacity it goes. And ChatGPT told me it will most likely just take over long haul rides, but for short term traffic, parking, it won't take the short term, which is the local drivers for the most part, or local like Class B, local driving, van driving. So that's what ChatGPT says. Now it is getting implemented. So in my opinion, if you're a truck driver, if you're anybody, look at your industry. Be real with yourself. I talked to ChatGPT to make me a spreadsheet. It made me a spreadsheet like that. So if you're a person, not only trucking, in any industry that you are in right now, you have to look and say, okay, how do I future-proof myself? Me, I already know. Okay, how do I future-proof myself? First, have capital. Have a lot of capital. So my plan, I pay off my debt, pay off my wife's debt, stack up a big sum of capital and investments. Second, learn. Knowledge is power, and knowledge applied is even more powerful. My plan, I'm going to gain more certifications. Now, I'm going to learn a little bit more bookkeeping, and also I might go look into cybersecurity. I already got my Google certifications. I might look into cybersecurity or data analytics. On top of that, I am looking to go back to school. So I'm gaining more certifications. And a lot of times as people, in my opinion, the people so focused on just focusing on one thing, which is good. You should focus on one thing, but you could do 2 or 3 things on the side. It's like, oh yeah, you can save money, but you could also pay off debt. Oh, you could pay off debt, but you also could take advantage of your company's match. So you could do 2 or 3 things at once. That's not really going to affect. Although it's good to focus on one thing, it's always good to learn and have something that backs that thing up, or something that's going to help implement that thing up. Me knowing data analytics, for example, is going to help me if I do want to start a trucking business. see the analytics. You got to analyze your business. You got to look at the numbers. If you're not able to analyze the data, you will fail for the most part as a business owner. It's like accounting. The analytics, accounting go hand in hand. So learn skills. That's me personally. I want to learn more skills that's going to help me in this industry. I plan on most likely staying in the transportation and logistics industry. Whether I'll go back to the railroad, whether I'll be a conductor, whether I'll be a railroad engineer, or whether I'll be a truck driver or a truck mechanic or a heavy diesel mechanic. I plan on staying in this industry because I know if I'm a diesel mechanic, that will help me if I want to own my own truck. I could be able to maintain and manage my own truck and not get blindsided. I have mechanical, I have a mechanical app. I have the aptitude for mechanical things. So that'll help me with that. Not only that, if trucking is well, let's say automation does take your truck, the trucks still need to be serviced. I'm able to provide that service. Now we're gonna go to account or data analytics. If I do data analytics or accounting or bookkeeping, I know how to read the numbers. I know how to manage my books. Learn how to manage your books and learn how to do accounts is gonna help you in what? Business. So I'm already is connecting up dots. In my opinion, in today's day and age, you cannot only depend, unless you have a very high skill, like you're a neurosurgeon, that's you're good. But even being a neurosurgeon, you gotta learn all this to become a neurosurgeon. My cousin, he's a doctor, psychiatrist. He had to learn all this. He knows basically all the fundamentals of being a doctor, but he focused on being a psychiatrist. I think the same thing in everyday life. If you're a truck driver, although that's not bad, you have to get all your endorsements. Me, I just need to get 2 more. Get all your endorsements. Learn as much of the trucking industry, but also have backups. If you're a mechanic, for example, if you're a truck driver, but you also become an accountant will help you become a good truck driver, owner, operator. If you become a mechanic, diesel mechanic, that'll help you in that too. So I think you cannot just depend on just one skill. You need to have 2 or 3 skills. That's going to preferably help support that skill that you have, but you also could just use that. I think to this day and age, you can never be too sure, because the owners, the CEOs, they want to get you out the way. And how they look at it, they want to decrease their bottom line. Payroll gets out of their budget. They have to pay payroll. Now, if they don't have to pay you, how much profit? That's the thing. How much profit could be back in our pockets? We don't have to pay you, or we could pay you a small amount, or we could take you out the workforce, which UPS is doing right now, replace with a new person. We'll have to pay. Now, that's more like it. That's more like it. So automation, I believe, is here, and it's here to stay, because in the best interest. Taking motion aside is in the best interest for a business owner to look like, okay, I have an automatic truck, a truck that is AI. Let's say if that does happen, I don't have to worry about driver. I don't have to worry about him eating. I don't have to worry about him sleeping. I don't have to worry about home time. Why wouldn't a business owner, from a business standpoint, not do it? It just makes sense. It just makes sense. You keep all the profits without having to pay a driver? Oh, yeah. If you have to be honest, most owners will do that. And that goes with everything. Amazon, for example, where I used to work at. The forklift driver used to do that job, but they have robots doing it. Now, they don't have to, you know how much money Amazon is saving by not having them there? If you have to pay, let's just say $15 an hour, and for my sector alone, on my level, it was at least 50 of them. So you just do the math, $15 an hour, let's say do an 8-hour shift. Just say 8-hour shift. If among 50 people, that's no longer work there, on that bottom line is so much money. So you gotta think about it that way, in my opinion. Try your best to gain more knowledge, more skills, more certifications. Try your best to save. Try your best to own. You know, I was telling my wife this. I'm like, yeah, debt pay off, and it's time to stack this paper right now. It's time to pay off debt and save. And I'm taking advantage of my company's 401k, but save, have capital, and gain skills. You know, I was telling my wife, she has 1 year to be a bachelor. I was like, get that. You need to finish that, because nobody can take that away from you. Once you get that certification, nobody can take that away from you. So just gain certifications, get the paperwork. And today's world is just about the paperwork. Get the paperwork. Once you have the paperwork, you could basically go anywhere. You could write your own ticket. Somebody could hire a security guard if you don't have a SORA. However, if they fire you, it's going to be hard to go for a reputable or a standard company. Once you get that certification, that SORA certification, you can go anywhere. Once you get that CDL certification, you can go anywhere. Once you get that bachelor's degree in something that's worthwhile, you could go, if this job, you could go to another job because you have that piece of paperwork. Now, you could know what you're doing, but if you don't have that paper to prove or back it up, how the system sees it, you don't know what you're doing. So just remember that. AI is coming. Don't be naive to it. And I said, as a church, I don't think it will, I say again, it's better to be safe than sorry. Don't never say never. People thought that we'll be having horse and carriages to the day we die. Then we had cars. People are shocked. People never thought we'd be talking like I'm talking on the phone with you. Now look what is happening. So just get ready. Always be mentally prepared. Remember, I say again, learn from me. Pay off your debt. Save a lot of money. Invest your money. But also just gain more skills. Don't stop learning. Don't stop improving. A person who doesn't want to adapt to the system, to the times, will eventually die. If you don't adapt, you will die. Okay, so that's what life is all about. You have to adapt. If you see your career has no future, start doing the transition now, because the company will just let you go. If my company could find a way to get me out of here, they would. They would. And don't be naive and feel like, oh, they can't do this without me. Don't be that naive to think so. Don't be naive. Don't be ignorant. Ignorance is not going to pay you. So learn more skills. Comment down below on the skills you want to learn. Comment down below if you think automation is coming and it's here to stay. In my opinion, automation is here to stay. What capacity, we don't know yet, but it's better be ready and better be safe than sorry. Comment, subscribe, out.